Advisory. Some episodes of the 1836 podcast are not intended for all audiences due to details that might be considered disturbing. Listener and viewer discretion is advised.
On this episode of the 1836 podcast, we hunt for morel mushrooms in the Arkansas Ozarks. This episode of the 1836 podcast is going to be different. When we started this podcast, we aimed to weave in a few episodes that dig into the timeless skills from our ancestors. In an age of technology and modern ease, it's easy to drift from the self-reliant ways our Ozark forebears lived, leaving us vulnerable if the power ever goes out. This episode aims to bring that vision to life. We're diving into a springtime adventure to talk about hunting for morel mushrooms in the Ozark Hills of Arkansas. We'll guide you on where to look, what to spot, and how to transform your haul into a mouth-watering dish. So grab your bug spray and lace up your boots, and let's get started on these elusive Arkansas Easter eggs. Imagine a crisp spring morning in the Ozarks. Damp earth and budding leaves scent the air. A thin mist drapes the hills. You're trekking through a hardwood forest, boots crunching on last year's oak leaves, scanning the ground for a treasure. Suddenly, you spot one. A morel mushroom, its wrinkled, cone-shaped cap peeking from the leaves like a tiny wizard's hat. You bend down, awestruck and victorious. This isn't just any mushroom. It's the crown jewel of spring foraging, and Arkansas is its realm. Years ago, Native American tribes like the Quapaw and Caddo foraged these hollow-capped gems from river bottoms, hollers, and forests, savoring their rich, earthy taste over open fires. Later, pioneers picked up the tradition, swapping stories while sizzling morels in iron skillets. So, what are morels? They're wild fungi from the Morchella family, far from the plump perfection of store-bought mushrooms. Their honeycomb-like caps range from tan like fresh cornbread to dark as a storm cloud, with pits and ridges that feel otherworldly. Slice one open, and it's hollow through and through, stem to cap, a sure sign it's legit. They can be small, around 2 inches, or stretch past 6 if the season's kind. Morels thrive in specific spots. They demand that perfect blend of wet and warm favoring shady hollers, damp grounds, or hillsides kissed by morning sun. River or creek banks with sycamores and cottonwoods offer damp, loamy soil and leaf litter, while partial shade keeps conditions just right. Old orchards, with their rotting trees and post-fire patches, where flames clear the way, are prime too. As saprophytic fungi, they feast on decaying matter like dead wood, leaves, or roots, often near stressed trees like elms or ashes. Some morels even partner with living trees like oaks or tulip poplars, trading nutrients underground. Spring's magic, soil at 50 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit, rain-soaked, then sun-warmed, brings them to life, especially on south-facing slopes or creek bottoms. In Arkansas, morels pop from late March to early May, and as of this episode, we're in peak season. For this episode, I filmed a hunt with my youngest son, Judah, a 9-year-old morel spotting extraordinaire. He nabbed the first find, but I edged him out for the most. We also managed to find a few Arkansas travelers, too. For those outside our area, those are ticks. That's the thrill of morels. A hike becomes a treasure hunt. Before you dig in, a warning. Raw morels contain hydrazine, a toxin that'll wreak havoc on your stomach, plus grit and bugs you'll want to rinse out. Cook them, though, and they're a nutty, meaty delight, safe and delicious. Don't mistake them for false morels. Brainy lookalikes that aren't hollow and can land you in the emergency room. True morels, once cooked, offer more than just flavor. They're low in calories. They pack vitamin D from sunlight, plus iron and antioxidants for a subtle health boost. Once you've gathered a mess of them, cleaning's key. Slice them lengthwise and rinse away dirt and stowaways with cool water. Then soak them in a salt water overnight. Pat dry, trim the ends, and they're ready to shine. I like to cover them in flour and seasonings, then dip them in egg wash and fry them until golden, or saute them in butter with a pinch of salt. For a richer treat, Simmer them in cream and white wine, then drizzle over steak. The kitchen fills with an aroma that's pure Arkansas spring. Morels don't scream for attention. They whisper, hiding in hollers and along streams, waiting for sharp eyes to claim them. So next time you're in the woods, keep watch, and happy hunting.